Anyway, everywhere. Where do you scale Asta? I'm guessing you scale him above Mareoleona.
Uh, I'm multiversa to out of versa.
My days. I want a funny life. I want a funny life. What is genuinely the reason for our reversal, Asta?
Yeah, it must actually have the power to go against.
Please go ahead, bro. The stage is yours.
Yeah, the stage is mine though. My Osta anti-magic, or let us say anti-ability or anti any supernatural energy. So, anyways, Osta power itself is an opposite of every system in fiction, every supernatural energy in fiction. So just hold on, just hold on, just hold on. So naturally, and already stays above black clover as a whole. So just hold on. There's nothing you can do. This argument you're actually trying to form here with Shiki and Asta is just pointless because anti-magic itself already destroy the energy Shiki. What do they call it? I will forget the name.
Yeah, ether. Literally just called ether. Anyway, do you disagree with the fact that Natsu needs to scale to opponents in order for his anti-magic to actually work on them? Do you disagree with that? Do you think anti-magic is just its own independent system that Asta can utilize, and apparently it works in an out-of-versal scale that's the anti-negation to everything within fiction? Is that the interpretation you're taking?
Yes, but Osta actually need to scale to his opponent.
So yes, I mean,
physically, like
if you're saying yes, then sure, because I don't really need to get into the redundant shit, but can you just bring scans forward to actually prove that, first of all, Asta does not need to scale to beings in order for his anti-magic to work on them, and second of all, that it's some independent system that's anti to everything within fiction, which also includes everything within his first of all, which I'm pretty sure is even barely provable. But like, as I said, bro, the stage is yours. Just please bring the evidence forward. This is actually just going to be laughable, bro. I'm not going to lie.
your evidence is go to I like
The evidence is? The evidence is? Okay, sure. Please, like, I just hope these scans are like at least decent for a laugh. Like, I'm genuinely just hoping.
okay. First of all, let me just explain. Yeah, because anti-magic isn't tied to our magic, so that's it. That's my first evidence, anyways. It is his own thing. It's just negative. Like,
Anti-magic isn't... You said what? Anti-magic isn't what?
isn't tied to mana or magic. Okay, it's just a name.
I mean, so... But like, how does that prove that it's beyond every single magic and that Asta does not necessarily need to scale to what he negates? Like, how does it prove that?
I don't like scaling to the like that. That doesn't concern that because self actually like I said, I'm talking about anti-magic. I'm talking about All-Star the first time. Okay, so just get that into your head first. I was just talking about anti-magic as its own energy system.
I know, but you shouldn't really be talking about that because I said in order to skip the redundant shit, can you just get into the reason as to why Asta is necessarily out-of-versal? And then the thing that you brought up immediately in response to that, and the thing that I even clarified with you, whether was actually your argument in which you did say yes, was whether you think anti-magic is some independent system that Asta does not necessarily need to scale to his opponents in order to utilize, and that it's the anti-negation of everything within fiction, which is verbatim what you said. So as I'm saying right now, just bring the scans for that. Like, there's no need for you to like go on a rant about some context behind stuff. Like, sure, you can do that if you have the scans that you're at least appealing to, because I'm not actually willing to grant anything or any words that you're saying or take it as true if you don't have any evidence to have aligned with your statements right now, since you're trying to affirm that art is like out-versal. It's not just some like low multiversal scale that I'm willing to grant.
You don't need calm for anti-magic being opposite, like an opposite system to every supernatural energy in fiction. You don't need scan for that. Like, it's obvious.
I mean, sure, that's something that I can grant. You probably don't need scans for that, but what you need scans for is the inference that Asta is apparently out of fucking versal. And for that response, you said that it's proving that anti-magic is the negation to everything within fiction. So touching upon what you said, you probably don't need scans to prove that anti-magic is the negation to magic, since it's probably implied within its denotation. But that it's the anti to everything within fiction, and that this apparently aids in the argument for proving that Asta is universal. That's all. Not that anti-magic negates magic or the power system of Black Clover. Like, I'm asking you to get to the point.
It gets to point for we're talking. That's what.
Like, I even gave you like the bigger screen or whatever, because I thought you were gonna bring scans back after leaving for 2 minutes, but then you just say that you're not gonna bring scans because you don't need to prove it for this certain criteria. With this criteria not being something that's gonna aid your argument to proving us is actually universal, therefore meaning that currently it's irrelevant.
Let me just get to this. So let me just get to the scaling of Asta anyway.
Yeah, that works.
What's that scale to above this clear of clipboard? Scale above the 5-headed dragon. Scale above every single paladin. Scale above every single devils. Scale like you
Yeah. So
they come to.
that's cool, like sure, but like first of all, the things that you stated at first, like the 5-headed dragons, etc., based off our prior debate, that would literally be low multiversal, meaning that again you're just adding stuff that are redundant and don't aid to your argument, meaning that they'll currently be relevant. Like what I'm asking for right now is the definitive core of your argument that actually affirms the fact that Asta is apparently universal. You already told me what that core is, which is surrounding the concept of anti-magic. So again, just bring scans for that. Like, that's it. Like, you're already saying that Asta is universal. Like, at least scans, like bringing scans should not be that hard.
For anti-magic, you need scans for anti-magic canceling what?
Yeah, I just attended to this. I said, like, I can grant the fact that you don't need scans to prove that anti-magic is a negation to magic, since it's already implied within it, like within its denotation of its nominal. But then again, you would need evidence for this negation of magic actually scaling to the extent that you're imposing, which is everything within fiction, and that it independently functions from Asta and scales to anyone, regardless of whether Asta actually scales to them. And you know what the funny part is that even after all that, you still have to prove how that aids in the argument of this even being universal. Like, just see, like, literally, when I asked you what's the core of your argument, this was your core. So, bro, like, please get on with the scans. Scans equals evidence if you don't know. EVIDE. And actually, I'm not going to do that because I probably cannot spell for shit. Anyway, just please bring evidence.
EVIDENC.
Okay.
Okay, first we're going to, like, what? Asta,
Bro, you have the big screen. Just put like a scan that you're referring to. Please. I'm begging you.
Please, like, let it be, like, let it just be a fucking scan of like some random bum in Black Clover. Like, bring us something like, bring up a fucking like edit note of Rebecca with like a fucking like with a fucking Google Doc edit. It's just saying, oh yeah, I'm not universal. Like anything.
why do you?
Oh, bro, you guys are crashing out.
Like, I'm still
No, he does it all the time on Twitter.
Oh, I can see that.
What scan do you want? I'm still
Bro, this is not another one of those like 11-hour Twitter sessions where you just say a straight amount of like AI word crap and zero scans. Like, I'm asking you right now. I've already clarified what the
Bro,
core
I'm
of
dead
the
ass
argument
laughing
is.
at this point.
What scans do you
Anti-magic
want?
is the negation to apparently everything within fiction, and it operates independently to Asta. Cool, I've already concluded on that argument. That's the core of your argument. So since we've already concluded on what the core of your argument is, all you simply have to do is bring your existing evidence forward and index that to your claims. Like, that's it.
Hold on, which are listening? Okay, hold on. What
Okay.
I'm talking about anti-magic. I wasn't talking about Asta. I said Osta's case to like case to Outer because of he owns anti-magic currently, so that's his power. Okay, he actually need his strength, like his physicalities, to fight anyone. That is where Osta's skills come from. He just needs strength. Okay, anti-magic doesn't scale. Like, how would I put it? Like, anti-magic doesn't need to scale to anything to cancel it. Asta is the one, like, how would I explain it? Like, this is supposed to be like common knowledge, okay? So you're supposed to know this. So I was referring to anti-magic the first time. I wasn't referring to like Asta itself being like just okay. Talk about Shiki. Okay, looking for 500 dragon scan. So just talk about Shiki first.
We can move on to Shiki after we finish with Asta. Like, apparently, based on what you said right now, it's already bullcrap because I don't understand why you're getting the 5-headed dragon scans after you just said that Asta does not need to scale 2 beings in order to negate their magic, when that's what I put into question. So if you could just bring evidence forward for what I put into question, then that would be helpful.
Hold on, you're
Like I agree that I agree that the concept of anti-magic is all in like, let me just say this. I agree that the concept of anti-magic is for it to be an anti/negation to that of magic, but I do not agree with the fact that anti-magic can negate anything regardless of whether the user of anti-magic actually scales to that being. Hence why I put it into question when you imply that it has that capability. So given how I put that into question, you cannot simply say that it's self-evident and move on. I've been asking for the past 10 minutes, can you just bring scans to prove that that is the case? Do you understand?
I understand.
Yeah.
But this way I can it wrong. I didn't say Asta actually like
Let's move closer to your mic.
I didn't say Asta like doesn't need scaling to use like to fight his opponent. I actually made it clear from the start that he actually need to scale to his opponent like physically. We all know that, right?
No.
Sure.
No, he was capable of like he was capable of negating Veto's magic, despite the fact that Veto was like physically outclassing him.
No, I'm pretty sure, like, even in the case of whatever you said prior, you literally verbatim said that he does not need to skill in order for the anti-magic to negate, given how anti-magic does negate magic, and that should be self-evident. So saying right now that he does actually need to scale to them just in the physical form would go against what you said before, since that was a generalization. But like, even if that is true, based off just my common knowledge of blackclover from reading it like 3 years ago, I already remember that when Asta was fighting the twin devils, he was affecting their magic, like he was even at the core of their magic with his anti-magic being induced into their magic, but he did not cancel it out immediately. Even someone who's very knowledgeable on blackclover power scaling, being Broku, acknowledges the fact that it's a core plot point within blackclover for Asta to actually train, get stronger, evolve his magic, and fight beings without just cancelling out their magic immediately, even if he's physically weaker or stronger than them. Like, that does not matter. And you can't really say that it's because he does not touch the entirety of their magic at once, because within like the first season of blackclover, we see Asta only touch a small portion of someone's magic, and it negates the entirety of their magic, despite Asta's anti-magic only touching a small portion. So, based off your argument, saying that Asta only needs to be like Asta only needs to physically scale to them, then anyone Asta physically scales above, you should just be able to, like, for some reason, just negate their magic, just off whim. But we see battles where physical energy or physical strength isn't even like a core factor that will determine the outcome of that battle, and it's something like an energy clash of magic, like the twin devils versus Asta, and he does not cancel out their magic immediately. So why would your argument work? Like, I'm not even bringing scans for my claims right now because you still have yet to bring a single scan for your argument. So I'm literally still on the like rhetoric side, questioning your argument.
If you actually have like you said you have, which obviously you have, because every single character in Blackclover, I mean every single from big to small, every character actually like need physical strength to even to use magic in the first place, bro. So you're saying like
That's cool.
Like that same thing applies to Asta, okay? That same thing applies to Asta training.
I'm just saying that, like,
Asta doesn't train anti-magic.
Yeah.
He trains his body to wield anti-magic, not training anti-magic. Like anti-magic can do anything apart from like Asta. Like this is common knowledge, bro.
Bro, I literally stated like multiple times, I've granted that it's common knowledge for anti-magic to negate magic. Can you please prove? Like, First of all, right now, give an instance of Asta negating magic that he does not scale to, which will therefore prove that anti-magic does not need to use that skills to the opponent in order for Asta to negate their magic. Just bring a single instance of Asta negating magic that he does not scale to. Like, mind you, 20 minutes ago, you were supposed to bring scans for why Asta's out of Versal. And now I'm just pleading for you to bring scans on a subtopic that does not even aid your argument as to why Asta's out of Versal. But can you, like, at least bring scans for that, bro?
Hold on.
If you, like, just pull up... If you pull up Rebecca twerking, like, that will even be better at this point, bro, than, like, what you're doing right now.
What? What?
Hey, yo, I did not say anything. I did not say anything.
Yes, you did. Which Rebecca are you talking about? Is she a child, bro?
With all this,
Did not hear anything.
No, he means Rebecca from Black Clover. She's a full grown ass woman.
with all the joke, blah blah blah, blah like that's not my business. Anyway, if you can get it for this conversation, you can have it now because I still don't understand where I'm going with scans for anti-canceling magic for us that doesn't state it. Like,
Bro,
He's asking you. He's asking you to pull up one single. Here, I'll do it for you. He's asking for a scan of you. Wait. He's asking for a scan. He's asking for a scan of any time Asta has ever negated the magic of somebody who physically or magically outscales him. Bring up fucking Lucifero. Bring up Lucifero.
The 5-headed dragon is right there, bro. The
The
5-headed
dragon is not something that outscales him. He was relative to it. Bring up Lucifero.
dragon talking about, bro.
Bro, if you
Like,
want
I'm not even on your side, and I'm doing a better job about this than you are. What is this Black Clover Lord?
Bro's crushing out so hard right now.
bro, I'm literally tied to the point. I'm just gonna grant that Asta can negate any magic that he does not scale to. Because I already said that this is meant to be funny because you already said that Asta can apparently scale to out of Versal. Sure, Asta can negate any magic regardless of whether he scales to it or not. I'm fine with granting that. Now, please, why is Asta out of Versal? A single scan, bro. I literally let you talk for 3 minutes straight and you did not bring a single scan. I'm gonna upskill this time to 5 minutes. Please bring a scan, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm going if you're going to pack it for jokes and shit, that's my business. What are you actually saying? That's my point. Because again, you are still trying to find scam for anti-magic canceling for what fucking reason? So if you know you're
Bro, I'm granting that anti-magic can negate anything and that Asta does not need to scale to the thing that he's negating, therefore it can negate anything. Now, please, can you prove Asta's out of Versal based off this granting or based on whatever I'm saying that can be true in this case?
Hey, everywhere. I will stop talking for the rest of this conversation if you can prove to me that you can even spell outer versal up to this point.
this is just a waste of time. Right now, like you just brought them here to make jokes, like blah blah. Okay, cool. We already know. Okay.
Bro, you were not making jokes in the Mareoleona debate because you were at least saying stuff that were crazy, but not that crazy based on what you've brought forward in your videos. Like the fact that Mareoleona is low multiversal. But you out here saying Asta is out of Versal. I've given you multiple opportunities to prove your claim, and you haven't done it once. There's a big difference, and you can't say I'm bringing them here just for the point of me.
Mind you, to expand on
When you
it,
actually,
to expand on it, Scar, we weren't even making fun of you for saying Asta is outer versal, or at least I wasn't. I started making fun of you whenever you started making like bogus ass claims, like some bullshit ass claims, like Asta negates any and all forms of magic all at once. I pull up this scan, this just directly debunks that shit, and it's like even, dude, and then it got even worse whenever like he kept begging you to pull up one single scan of Asta, just like negging somebody that like outscales him. You had the easiest thing that you could have used like 5% IQ just to bring up, oh yeah, like Djinn has this scan pulled up of Lucifero outscaling him and beating the shit out of him, and then oh yeah, look, Asta kills them. He beats the character who outscales him with his anti-magic. You could have easily done that. That is whenever I started making fun of you.
Are you done? Are you done yapping? So if you are done yapping,
Bro, the crush out is crazy.
Bro, everywhere. I'm gonna give you like, how do I even set a timer? 3 more minutes to bring scans because I'm pretty sure it's already near the second minute. 3 minutes to bring a single scan to aid to your
There you go,
argument,
Scar.
or you
There you
just
go.
get. How much is the timer? 3 minutes. Okay, sure. Please just bring one scan for your argument.
Yeah, it's like head up. There's no need for me to even talk about anything right now because you are just fooling yourself, think you are fooling me. So, anyways,
Is evidence for your claims that impossible? What?
He's literally just asking for evidence. Like, I asked you to fucking spell out reversal, and you still haven't
Buddy,
fulfilled that
does he even know
criteria.
evidence, bro?
there's evidence on my fucking page. I said Asta skills about the fairytail dragon, which has more energy than Asta himself. So, what the hell is that?
No one is going to speak for the next 2 minutes. Just bring scans and your argument.
I just told you about the fairytail dragon. What do you want?
Bring scans to aid as to why Asta is actually out of reversal based off the granting that he can negate every magic regardless of whether he scales to it or not. Just bring scans for why it's out of reversal based off that granting.
Okay. To make everything just calm down, forget I said Asta is a reversal because the thing I'm actually referring to is Asta scaling to his own anti-magic, which is above every magic. But anyways, let's just forget about that right now and get back to the topic.
Just remove the countdown real quick, Dijin. Just like remove it. If like you're just going back on out of us because I already knew that was just gonna be like entirely bad. I'm willing to grant Asta is like any finite dimensionality. Like he can scale to 11th dimensional, 12th dimensional, 5th dimensional. I don't care. I'm willing to grant any like dimensionality that Asta can scale to.
Yeah, bro. Let's start again, bro. Start again. Forget about that.
So, are you fine with the granting that Asta scales to any finite dimensionality? Could probably even say infinite dimensionality.
Let's start.
Because I just want to scale Shiki at this point, but I'm not gonna lie. Like you've gotten like 20 minutes straight, and not a single scan has been brought up on your profile picture. So we can just move on to Shiki. Asta can be high hyperversal. Asta can be like 12th dimensional, like whatever, bro. It really doesn't care. I'ma just move on to Shiki right now. Give me a sec.
Shiki. Now you don't need to show scan. I've already read the manga, so you can't even lie anyways. So just Shiki. No need for.
So if you already read the manga, then hopefully you attend to my points properly. I'm just stating that right now.
Okay. I have my other phone here with me, so if you want to like make any bad claim, I can actually like oppose it because I have my other phone here with me. So, anyways, just Shiki. Let's see where you want to scale the big bang to. So, Shiki. Let's see. Bro, I said scale Shiki. Let's see. You want to scale the big bang to multiversal. Let's see how. So let's go.
Everywhere, bro. You didn't really make an argument. I'm not going to use the Big Bang. There's no reason for me to do that if you didn't make an argument. I'm literally going to use like another skill apart from the Big Bang. Like the Big Bang's way too much for the blackclover verse if you literally cannot bring a scan forward. So yeah, just give me a sec.
Okay, let's see. This big man is too much.
Dude, I can bring up evidence to get the Big Bang from EdensZero casually to high hyperversal plus
That's very
before you could scale blackclover to uni.
too impossible to the core. That is very impossible to the core. So they even bother.
Why would I bother with it? Like it would still like I could bring up the evidence and auto slam you.
I have the evidence, guys, so you can't even lie because the same energy generated didn't affect even space. Hey, don't even bother. Like, is ever used like your own claim right now is just so useless because even the energy being generated was in front of Shiki, which she actually used black hole to absorb, and a regular black hole could do that by time. So in fiction, obviously, it's not going to take time. But anyways, even though they give you benefit of the doubt that you are going to scale the Big Bang, is universal as best because the same energy didn't affect two universes or any timeline. It only affects one reality. You know, it didn't even warp reality. No, see, this is even pointless in the first place. Scale it. let's see. Let's say you want to scale a universal energy. No bullshit.
Not even debating you, despite the fact that Scar's not even actually using the Big Bang. I'm just out here talking shit because you're that easy to rage bait.
The
Nah, bro, you literally falling first, right? For you're the one who's crushing out, mate.
Big Bang is the best fit in EdensZero, so there's no need for him going to bring a.
The fact that he's still going on, it's hilarious.
You gotta go back to AI, bro? Let's go.
Everywhere. Do you know what cosmology means? Since that's going to be a core concept incorporated within my argument.
No, don't teach me.
Is that a yes? You know what the meaning of cosmology is? Because based on what you've done so far, I'm starting to doubt your ability to say the ABC. But like, do you at least know what cosmology is?
So enlighten me. Don't worry, I don't know. Enlighten me, don't worry. Enlighten me.
So, put very simply, cosmology would be the study, description, or indication of the universe and its structure. Do you understand? It, like, not even really a universe, just a dimension, but yeah, you get what I mean. So you understand that, right? Because you're talking about like Big Bang feats here, when you can simply just scale a character passively to the cosmology without having to incorporate the feats that they do. Like, yes, you can incorporate the feats, but not like the independent feats that don't have anything to do with like the cosmology. So, do you at least understand what cosmology means? And seen by your videos, you do scale blackclover entities to the cosmology. So, I'm just checking if you still like retain your memory and you know what cosmology means and how it can be incorporated within an argument.
Just want to teach me stuff I already know. Enlighten me your own knowledge.
Yeah, because I'm just making sure because you did say that the Big Bang is the best feat in EdensZero, even though that would literally be ignoring the cosmology in itself. Because the extent at which stuff like the Big Bang scale is dependent on the cosmology, meaning that you can actually get other feats higher based off where the cosmology scales. And if you had like basic knowledge on how cosmology works, I would not need to be stating this. Anyway, within the EdensZero, I have the scans already loaded, but within the EdensZero universe, it's already like description within the cosmology that there exist an infinite amount of possible worlds that branch off like as a result of their choices, with these possible worlds ranging from any dimensionality you can see fit. As within the case of like the standard assumption when scaling fiction is that when there exists an infinite amount of dimensions, if there's no further or higher evidence brought forward, then the standard assumption is that all these dimensions are of the same dimensionality, which makes an infinite amount of these dimensions only multiversal plus. But in the case of EdensZero, this notion is not applicable because we visually get indicated that these universes always differ in structural manifestation and what they incorporate. Like, wait, give me a sec. I need to go real quick. Anyway, everywhere ready to move on to Shiki scaling.
Oh yeah, skate. No, I actually care about it.
Yeah. First scan of the day, bro. Literally, I brought infinitely more scans than you have ever brought within this argument. How crazy is that? Anyway, in the cosmology of EdensZero, the result of a single choice within World Zero fan out into countless possible worlds that World Zero governs, since World Zero rewrites everything. And once a number is assigned to these parallel universes or these possible worlds, they are referred to through nominal as universes. So universes in reference to these possible worlds are basically just existing in name. Like, that's just in reference to anyone who thinks universes cannot upscale in dimensionality or be a size beyond their description, like multiverse in structure, etc. But I'll just get into that right now. Anyway, in the case of EdensZero, a single choice fanning out into countless possible worlds will affirm the existence of multi-realism, also taken as many worlds interpretation within the case of EdensZero, and based off just standard assumption, as I said prior, this at a baseline would just be multiversal plus if there exists an infinite amount of these dimensions due to the standard assumption that all these dimensions or universes will be of the same dimensionality. until further evidence is brought forward to prove that these universes differ in dimensionality, which would in turn upscale it to high hyperversal, as it would affirm the existence of infinite different dimensional worlds. In the case of that's if you're doing like extended multi-realism. Even the scans I'm about to bring forward literally posit the existence of extended multi-realism, but then again, I am indeed lowballing. So in the case of EdensZero, when we see like based on the possibilities that is seen right here, we know the extent at which these possibilities go up to. Like they even go up to the scope of impossible worlds that wouldn't necessarily be possible if we were under the assumption that all of these universes or dimensions are of the same dimensionality. So it would just be more likely to say that, it would just be more likely to say and substantiate that these universes aren't always of the same dimensionality or structure, so there exists an infinite amount of them. It will be infinite different dimensional worlds, even different conceptual worlds if we get into that. Because if you want, I can bring the evidence forward. Like I've already bring like 3 scans that prove these things already differ in structure. But there's already a third statement imposing a world that exists outside the wheel of time itself, which refers to the events and phenomena that occur within the temporal flow of the universe. So again, like just further evidence to prove that these universes differ in structure by a wide margin. So based on the fact that an infinite amount of these universes exist, it wouldn't just be infinite universes of the same dimensionality, rather infinite different dimensional universes at a low ball, because this can actually be inferred to be an extended multi-realism, which can be inferred to be beyond conceptual frameworks, etc., etc. So when I say the cosmology is high hyperversal, I am indeed low balling like a lot. So do you have any refutations to this?
Yes. I think that the cosmology is actually good.
Can you step close to your mic real quick?
Yeah, I said I actually know the cosmology is outside. Really well. Really is actually
Yeah, I think you need to step a bit closer. I'm not gonna lie.
closer. I said, oh, you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said the cosmology of EdensZero is big. I know. I've seen that. Like I said, I've read the man. You don't need to show me all this because at the end of the day, everything you are currently showing doesn't exist in one space time. The universe zero is different universe from the rest one.
So do you agree to what I said? Do you agree to what I said in reference to? Yeah, okay, that's cool.
But wait, hold on. Before you proceed, I'm just going to make one thing clear. I hope you know everything you just mentioned doesn't exist in one universe.
Yeah, these are different possible worlds or alternate dimensions. So it was already stated at first, because you can even see by these scans that these are different power worlds or different possible worlds as stated. So obviously there will be separate dimensions. But one of the first things I stated to impose that the fact that these are different dimensions and the fact that it doesn't matter is all of these different distinct dimensions are all governed by World Zero. And World Zero has the ability to overwrite all of these dimensions. So even if I was about to say grant, but it is self-evident that these dimensions are distinct, like they are not in one space-time, but World Zero overrides and is above all of the other dimensions, like all of these dimensions that we've posited right now. So you're saying that like I have to understand that these dimensions are distinct or different does not necessarily matter if they are all governed by one dimension that's just above them all. I can also just bring the scans for that if you want. I'm pretty sure you have AFK, so I'll just bring the scans real quick.
Where is this cargo?
I was just going to get scans to aid to my point, because you said that I must come to the understanding that these dimensions aren't all in one space-time and that these are multiple different dimensions. And I said, yes, that is the case, and yes, that is true. But the fact that they are different dimensions does not necessarily matter, since they're all governed by the same dimension, which is above all of them. And I was just bringing scans to aid to my point as to why that's actually the case.
You have to actually show. Okay, let me just wait.
You shouldn't be saying somebody has to show something.
No, it has to show a manga point out.
To say that like at all.
Hey, this is my if I'm not remember, like if I'm not like getting this wrong, this is my like third debate. Like this is my first time actually doing a full debate with anyone in my entire life, so I'm getting used to this. Anyways, let's proceed.
We can tell.
My mic was muted, but I genuinely choked that we can tell. And that's actually crazy. Anyway, basically these are the scans I'm referring to. There are like two other scans if I just know the chapter. But within the same chapter where actually no, I don't have it here. Give me a sec real quick.
Basically, he's saying because there's infinite possible infinite possible worlds, therefore that will fall under modal realism. Therefore, high hyperversal plus because universe zero transcends is above all that shit.
So yeah, I basically forgot these scans imposing that there exists an infinite amount of these universes. I'm pretty sure you already said that, like, you agree to the cosmology being this big. Within the same chapter where this is stated, it's emphasized that world zero is above all of these infinite worlds. If I just like remember the chapter, or the like, even if you were to but just know what I'm referring to. Anyway, based on the scan that I do have, it states that World Zero will overwrite all the other universes and merge them into one, again implying its superiority over all of these universes. And this is consistent since all of these possible worlds do indeed fan out from World Zero. And World Zero is taken as an irregular world and the starting point of everything. And it says all universes converge at zero. So all of these universes' existence are contingent on the existence of World Zero, and World Zero has the ability to overwrite all of these universes, with World Zero being taken as an irregular world as a result. So yeah, I wouldn't really even be limited to the limitations of these worlds. And if I were to affirm that this is beyond the high hyperversal scope of these universes, given the qualitative superiority implication, that would not necessarily be a stretch, and it would be actually substantiated by these. And then just another scan I can get is it verbatim saying that World Zero isn't your average structure of the universe, but the manifestation of the universe is a world of possibilities where anything is possible as long as it's like your wish or whatever. I don't really need to get into that context, since the thing I'm literally just proving is that World Zero is above possible worlds, like the possible worlds that are contingent on its existence. But I'm just basically proving that World Zero isn't your average universe that would be limited to your average universe limitations, and that the scope I'm inferring for Universe Zero wouldn't be atrocious or whatever, given how it has already been emphasized, especially as a plot point within the narrative, for World Zero to not be your normal universe and bound by its normal limitations, especially because it literally governs infinite different possible worlds that aren't even of the same scope and actually different dimensionality and manifestation, with some of these worlds that it governs literally being outside of the temporal flow of events. So yeah, based off World Zero, with all these implications and substantiations, you can infer that World Zero would be qualitatively superior to the dimensions that it basically governs, as I've been saying, which would result in words like World Zero being universal. And there is further evidence to substantiate for this factor, given the fact that World Zero is what encompasses Mother's existence as a whole, with Mother even stated by the author and like multiple times to being above. I don't know how to say her name, but it starts with an X. And this being whose name starts with an X, like literally has a narrative viewpoint or reality to fiction transcendence over all the other possible worlds that are contingent on the existence of World Zero. And then obviously Mother's above being X as confirmed by the author. And then Mother has her own reality known as Star Memory within the context of EdensZero world, which is encompassed in World Zero. So again, all of these factors just all stemming together to apply consistency of World Zero actually being qualitatively above the universes in which it governs, which should be like self-evident enough based off the scans that I've already brought forward. So in summary of what I've concluded, multi-realism, like the theory of multi-realism exists within the EdensZero verse. There exists an infinite amount of different possible worlds which aren't of the same scope or dimensionality. And so that would affirm the existence of infinite different dimensional worlds at a baseline low ball, as it can actually be inferred to be higher. And World Zero is an irregular world that's the manifestation of possibilities, with World Zero being above all the other prior worlds that stem out of its existence, with all of these worlds being contingent on the existence of World Zero, with World Zero holding the ability to override all of these worlds and merge them into one, affirming the fact that World Zero has qualitative superiority over all of these universes, which is further backed up by what we see World Zero have, being Mother, who is above a being whose name starts with X, who is narratively implied to have reality to fiction transcendence. So in conclusion, I would say World Zero is an universal structure. I've now said a lot, so you can just basically choose which scan you want to attend first, like one scan you want to attend to first, if you have any refutations.
Okay. Yeah, when in the manga, this if you're talking about look at Kono page, that's the character.
Character X is like Zaume. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but as you should already know, it's literally like, do you want me to bring the scans? It's like at least above 20 scans of the author constantly stating that Zaume is the narrator and author of the EdensZero universe, and that she is made as an omnipresent being who's meant to describe the events within the story and know them beforehand, and that her ability is restricted so she does not spoil the fans on the story itself. And multiple times she does call the fictional sense which she is within a story. So again, that would all just imply an A to my point of her having reality to fiction transcendence over these worlds, yet she's still bound by World Zero, which again, like implies the scope of World Zero.
How should the girl you're talking about, the girl from the time planet? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She actually, she's the narrator. Yes, confirm that. I know why she's narrator. So my other point is that all these possibilities you have mentioned, all this other universe, doesn't exist inside of World Zero universe. I hope you actually know that.
Yeah, I already attended to that in my argument. I said that I agree that these possible worlds or different universes obviously do not exist in the same universe, but that does not matter because all of these infinite different universes are contingent on the existence of World Zero, and World Zero overrides all of these universes. So yes, these universes are different, but World Zero is just above all of these different universes.
Actually, no, I should know that. But my other point is that since you have already, you said this particular topic is actually bigger than the Big Bang. Number one thing you're actually getting off topic. This whole thing you're just narrating isn't a fit. We need a fit, and a fit from us.
This is why.
And you hold on, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're actually like making an argument who is actually stronger, who is higher, blah blah. Shiki himself doesn't need to even scale to like what all this cosmology thing is trying to say the Big Bang, which was going to destroy World Zero, means it's going to destroy all the other universe, right? That's what you are going to, because
that would, first of all, if all of these universes are connected to and are reliant on the existence of World Zero, it would logically follow that if World Zero is destroyed, then all of these universes are destroyed. But that does not even need to be used for my argument, because even if you want to go under the interpretation that destroying World Zero would not destroy these other worlds that it governs, even though that's not logically coherent, it doesn't matter, because if World Zero is above all of these worlds, then destroying World Zero would already scale you above all those other worlds, and you would not necessarily need to destroy those other worlds. So if there exists an infinite amount of dimensions, and in totality, those infinite amounts of dimensions equate to high hyperversal, and World Zero is qualitatively above these dimensions, therefore World Zero is outerversal. If you destroy World Zero, literally you just scale to outerversal, and destroying like the high hyperversal construct, that's the totality of the dimensions that World Zero overrides, isn't necessary. Like, yes, it would be the case since they're contingent on World Zero's existence, but whether you do or do not destroy them does not change the fact that you scale to an outerversal construct or you destroy an outerversal construct. But then again, I'm not going to use the Big Bang. Like, that's way too much for the Black Clover verse. I already said this. And this is why, also before I started talking, I made sure that you actually understood the meaning of cosmology, even though I highly doubt that you would even know what it means. And then I also made sure that you know cosmology's relation in reference to feats, and how cosmology can upscale the extent of feats. For instance, in the case of Black Clover, the 5 dragon gods, like, let's say they affected space and time, or they warped space and time, or they destroyed space and time, that would not necessarily scale anywhere. But based off the input of the cosmology, you can infer that this would scale to universal plus or low multiversal. So as you can see, that's already an example of where cosmology aids to feats that have already been accomplished in the narrative. So you saying that me explaining the cosmology and everything isn't necessarily a feat does not necessarily matter, because the cosmology is needed in order to understand the feats that happen. So there's no reason for me to explain the feats prior to us concluding on the cosmology.
I think that anyway. So all this suspension, I want to call it a waste because anyway, I said I should.
Just step close to your mic.
I said all these things you just mentioned to me, I actually view it as pointless. But I'm not going to like make it feel like I just wasted your time. But anyways, I said you should enlighten me about
But DJ, calm down, it's fine.
about the
So, I mean, you can view that. Do you want me to explain why Shiki scales to World Zero without the Big Bang, since Shiki's soul is entire Black Clover verse and base?
okay. Yeah. Let's do a conical joke, okay? Do it. Let's see. I just have one panel to debunk you from EdensZero itself. Just one single panel.
Did you wait? Hold up. Did you just say what a joke, dude?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
No offense. I mean, well, okay. With all due offense, you are the last person I want to hear saying anything about, oh, this shit is a joke.
You guys have been joking, so I'm just saying it's still joking.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Scardemon genuinely believes this, and you're not able to debunk it.
It sounds like a joke, so it's a joke. So, anyways,
Yeah, it sounds like a joke because you're a fucking joke.
oh god, regular and American. Let's go. No need for all this one. I already know you. I already know how you guys play. So continue. Let me come back and show me how Shiki scales to the old structure of World Zero. I want to see it. And how come it couldn't even affect reality itself? I'm waiting though. Let's see. You want to scale to something you can't affect. Damn, bro.
So first of all, whatever you say right now, blatant, most stupidest bullshit I've ever heard. Because Shiki affecting the entire reality of World Zero is reliant on him having the destructive capacity too. And yes, he does scale to attacks that do have the destructive capacity to do exactly that, like the Big Bang. Since I'm not using the Big Bang, sure, I can literally just scale Shiki to World Zero through AP alone, rather than destructive capabilities, which would be him affecting the entire reality of World Zero. In the case of EdensZero, we get introduced to Ziggy's creation. Ziggy is literally just another version of Shiki from a different timeline. Hopefully you know this. Actually, not really a different timeline, but you get what I mean. Anyway, a byproduct of Ziggy's creation manifests into reality, transcends human understanding, and becomes the very will of the universe. Shiki is able to scale to this being slightly in base form.
Stop.
Tank is attacks.
You are going with that. You are going with that translation. Just end the debate because that's so stupid. Just go with your
Yeah,
normal. Just go with your normal
like bro,
scale.
you want to,
Just
bro.
go with your
Here are the kanjis, bro. You can translate these yourself. Like I'm giving you right here. You can screenshot these and translate them yourself. Literally emphasize.
I have
Literally the will.
actually have a scan with me, so I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, go ahead. How do you debunk this? This person verbatim stated and implied multiple times to being the will of the universe, to actually being the will of the universe. Like, please go on. Because you know it's also just narratively affirmed that this being is above Rebecca, who created the Big Bang. So, but I'm not gonna use that because you believe the Big Bang is like the almighty power of the EdensZero verse that you need to depend on in order to scale. So I'm literally just gonna use a being that scales above Rebecca just through his mere passive existence alone, being akin to that of the universe and its will itself that transcends human understanding as a result. Like this is literally all I'm just gonna use.
Okay. When it got deleted, what happened?
He got defeated by Ziggy.
Yes.
And then when he got defeated, like yeah, he died. What else do you want?
He actually said is the will. So him dying
Yeah.
to crumble his own creation, right? According to you. So
Nope.
that
His existence itself being akin to that of the universe does not mean that his destruction must equate in the destruction of the universe. It's like getting what do I put it? For instance, if I was strictly inferring finite dimensionalities and saying that you have a being whose existence is eighth dimensional, destroying the being with eighth dimensional existence would not crumble the eighth dimensional universe or world he is within. Like within some fictional verses, sure, that can be like something that happens, but it isn't a necessity, nor is it required in order for like the statements that say it's the will of the universe in order for them to actually be true. Like that isn't required at all. Like at all.
what the universe doesn't even is will. So there's no
What?
then the universe isn't bound to it. Doesn't bind to will. I don't know why they brought out because him dying doesn't do anything to
Literally, in all other possible worlds, he's literally just a machine without a mind. It is only in World Zero that, like, just based off how I indicated prior in reference to cosmology, given how World Zero is the world of possibilities where anything is possible, and World Zero qualitatively overrides all other possibilities, it spanned out into the possibility and gave a rise to a machine with no mind to actually evolving into that of a functioning machine with its own mind that transcends human understanding. As a result, this machine was the will of the universe itself, with its mere existence being akin to that of the universe. So, yes, it would literally equate up. It's literally just proving that his existence was like upscaled by the cosmological structure of World Zero, given that it's a manifestation of possibilities, and then that just made his existence the will of the universe itself. And this is basically just narratively emphasized. So unless you have a debunk to the statements itself or their credibility, then like literally states right here in all other possible worlds, like the child had no physical form but came to zero, as in universe zero, which also known as world zero, as a mass of pure thought. So no even physical form. But given the possibilities possible within world zero, and I'd override like possibilities that should be self-evident by this point, even the impossible is possible, literally gains a body, his own thought, and becomes the will of the universe. Like this is literally just emphasized multiple times.
problem.
I don't know why you're trying to even make it seem like this is wank. I literally just took a blatant narrative in the final season based on the cosmological structure of World Zero, and boom, like it's literally just as basic as this.
Okay, one question for you. One question for you. Very simple question. What amount of energy would it take to kill him? Since you want to scale him towards zero. So
Given how his existence is universal, his stats would be universal. So the energy required to kill him would be energy beyond dimensionality, aka universal energy. or yeah, energy operating on a conceptual level, etc., etc. Any refutations?
How come in time that couldn't even affect space, reality, time, or even
I just put this into question. The first of all, he scales above the Big Bang, which can do that. But since I'm not incorporating the Big Bang, I'm not going to abide by that scale. But that is just to tell you that destructive capacity indications are not a necessity in order to scale the character, as they can be scaled based on attack, potency, and existence alone. If someone's existence is out of verse, that I would upscale their stats to that to of that level without them actually needing to destroy anything in order to infer that their existence is actually this level as abiding by the statements.
manga, manga
Like
said,
what? No.
manga
What is generally your justification as to why they need to destroy something in order to scale to it? Like, are you saying there's no other form of scaling to a thing without actually destroying it? Like, if your existence is literally the embodiment of a universe, why would you not scale to that universe? The fuck?
working again, being the embodiment of the universe. Him dying, didn't even. Okay, wait, hold on.
I just said this isn't wank, by the way, because it's literally just a context-based argument based on the cosmological structure of World Zero, which is a world of possibilities, which gave a rise to the possibility of a pure thought that had no mind arising into its own body with its mind, that transcends human understanding, includes everything prior, all the possible worlds, etc., etc. Literally should be self-evident. I don't see way. Like, mind you, sure. What now?
Like a fish
Did you say I'm scaling like a Bleach fan?
Yeah, obviously. That's what I'm doing right now.
Cool. Let's conclude. Like, bro, I just slammed you 2 times in a row, and the only refutations you have is like, oh, you're just making a joke, or you're scaling like a Bleach fan. Like, can you please actually just make a refutation of the argument I just insinuated over the past like 10 minutes, while applying like infinitely more scans in anything you brought forward? We can literally just conclude right here, whether you want to or not. Like, we already have a recording that we can appeal to. So, good for you. Like, hopefully, like, you pick up the ability to read. I can help you right here. It goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, yeah, etc. You get the point.
Yo, real fast. You want to debate me real quick?
Scale your big bang. Oh, yeah, scale your big bang.
Oh no, I'm not gonna scale the Big Bang. You want to grant Asta as universal?
Like I said, just forget about that, okay? Since
No. I'll grant you this. Asta versus Shiki. I'll grant you Asta as universal if you grant me Shiki as wall level.
there's no need because since anyways, when I bring that up, it's like I'm trying to fool myself. So anyways, just forget about that. Let's move on.
No. Just answer the question. Do you agree that Asta is universal if Shiki's wall level?
Forget about that. No need. End of the day, all this argument is going to end up with one word. So, anyways, let me hear your wankings. I'm waiting for your
Oh,
wanking.
no. I'm not wanking. I'm not wanking, bro. I'm trying to give you this. Do you agree that Asta is universal?
There's no need because you are going to say, oh, this is multiversal and you can't prove it. So there's no need, bro.
No. Okay.
Granted you.
Oh my god. You don't even know how to track what your opponent is conceding to. I said I will grant you Asta is outer if you grant me Shiki is wall level. Like, are you kidding me?
Then what's the
Did you guys hear this shit?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear this
What's the point?
everywhere. Do you know what granting means?
What's the point? Or what was the point, anyways? Because if I actually accept the granted, then that's like Shiki can't do anything end of the day. So what's the point?
He accepted your
Okay. So then you're agreeing to the proposition that Shiki's wall level if Asta is outer, right?
Yes, that's how scaling logic work, right? So yeah.
Okay, cool. So W concession because outer versal beings by definition cannot exist. If you're outer, that means you're outside of space and time. Space and time is the material composition of everything that exists. W concession.
Everyone knows that, bro.
So then you're, oh my gosh, you just conceded again.
Bro, I'm dead ass laughing, bro.
want everywhere.
when you are done laughing, and when you are done
What is
laughing, then
everywhere? What is outer?
when you are done laughing,
Can you describe what outer is?
where man actually scales. So W concession. How do you say it?
What do you mean, W concession? You're the one who conceded to the proposition that outer versal beings cannot exist, so therefore Asta does not exist.
This is why I want to explain mana, but you guys are going to eat about mana. But anyway, that is where mana existed. So yeah, W what again? Concession.
That's not a consent. Oh my god. Oh my god. Scar. I'm gonna need this full recording just so that I can send it to you. Please post this guy literally conceding to like my definition of outer. Please.